Autobiography of Mr. Munden by Charles Lamb. In a letter to the editor. Harkee, Mr. Editor, a word in your ear. They tell me you are going to put me in print, sir, to publish my life. What is my life to you, sir? What is it to you whether I ever lived at all? My life is a very good life, sir. I am insured at the Pelican, sir. I am 60 years and 6, mark me, sir. But I can play Polonius, which I believe few of your correspondents can do, sir. I suspect tricks, sir. I smell a rat. I do. You would cog the die upon us. You would, sir. But I will forestall you, sir. You would be deriving me from William the Conqueror, with a murrain to you. It is no PG 315 such thing, sir. The town shall know better, sir. They begin to smoke your flams, sir. Mr. Liston may be born where he pleases, sir, but I will not be born at Lupton Magna, for anybody's pleasure, sir. My son and I have looked over the great map of Kent together, and we can find no such place as you would palm upon us, sir. Palm upon us, I say. Neither Magna nor Parva, as my son says, and he knows Latin, sir. Latin. If you write my life true, sir, you must set down that I, Joseph Munden, comedian, came into the world upon All Hallows Day, Anno Domini, 1759, 1759. No sooner nor later, sir, and I saw the first light, remember, sir, at Stoke Poges, Comitatu Bucks, and not at Lupton Magna, which I believe to be no better than moonshine. Do you mark me, sir? I wonder you can put such flim-flams upon us, sir. I do. It does not become you, sir. I say it. And my father was an honest tradesman, sir. He dealt in malt and hops, sir, and was a corporation man, sir, and of the Church of England, sir, and no Presbyterian, nor Anabaptist, sir, however you may be disposed to make honest people believe to the contrary, sir. Your bams are found out, sir. The town will be your stale puts no longer, sir, and you must not send us jolly fellows, sir, we that are comedians, sir. You must not send us into groves and charnwoods a-moping, sir. Neither charns nor charnel houses, sir. It is not our constitution, sir. I tell it you. I was a droll dog from my cradle. I came into the world tittering, and the midwife tittered, and the gossips spilt their caudle with tittering. And when I was brought to the font, the parson could not christen me for tittering, so I was never more than half baptized. And when I was little Joey, I made 'em all titter. There was not a melancholy face to be seen in Poges. Pure nature, sir. I was born a comedian. Old Screw-Up, the undertaker, could tell you, sir, if he were living, why I was obliged to be locked up every time there was to be a funeral at Poges. I was, sir. I used to grimace at the mutes, as he called it, and put 'em out with my mops and my mows, till they couldn't stand at a door for me. And when I was locked up, with nothing but a cat in my company, I followed my bent with trying to make her laugh, and sometimes she would, and sometimes she would PG 316 not. And my schoolmaster could make nothing of me. I had only to thrust my tongue in my cheek, sir, and the rod dropped from his finger. And so my education was limited, sir. And I grew up a young fellow, and it was thought convenient to enter me upon some course of life that should make me serious. But it wouldn't do, sir. And I was articled to a drysalter. My father gave £40 premium with me, sir. I can show the dentures, sir. But I was born to be a comedian, sir. So I ran away and listed with the players, sir. And I topped my parts at Amersham and Gerrard's Cross, and played my own father to his face, in his own town of Poges, in the part of Gripe, when I was not full 17 years of age. And he did not know me again, but he knew me afterwards. And then he laughed, and I laughed, and what is better, the drysalter laughed, and gave me up my articles for the joke's sake. So that I came into court afterwards with clean hands, do you see, sir? Here the manuscript becomes illegible for 2 or 3 sheets onwards, which we presume to be occasioned by the absence of Mr. Munden, John, who clearly transcribed it for the press thus far. The rest, with the exception of the concluding paragraph, which seemingly is resumed in the first handwriting, appears to contain a confused account of some lawsuit in which the elder Munden was engaged, with a circumstantial history of the proceedings on a case of breach of promise of marriage made to or by we cannot pick out which Jemima Munden, spinster, probably the comedian's cousin, for it does not appear he had any sister, with a few dates, rather better preserved, of this great actor's engagements, as Cheltenham, spelt Cheltenham, 1776, Bath, 1779. London, 1789, together with stage anecdotes of Messrs. Edwin, Wilson, Lee Lewis, and C. over which we have strained our eyes to no purpose, in the hope of presenting something amusing to the public. Towards the end, the manuscript brightens up a little, as we have said, and concludes in the following manner. Stood before them for 36 years, we suspect that Mr. Munden is here speaking of his final leave-taking of the stage, and to be dismissed at last. But I was heart-whole to the last, sir, what though a few drops did course themselves down the old veteran's cheeks. Who could PG 317 help it, sir? I was a giant that night, sir, and could have played 50 parts, each as arduous as dozy. My faculties were never better, sir, but I was to be laid upon the shelf. It did not suit the public to laugh with their old servant any longer, sir. Here some moisture has blotted a sentence or two, but I can play Polonius still, sir. I can. Your servant, sir, Joseph Munden.